to finish it. So it
Okay.
is just like regular high school that they learn everything, but it's in online that you have to do everything.
Okay, so there are many students in Burma
Mhm,
who fail matriculation exam and
mhm,
also who have not chance to go to high school
mhm,
because of the political situation.
mhm.
Do you think they can come to America and do that online high school?
Exactly. That online high school is for someone who could not finish high school or who want to continue their education and who is over 18. That someone who could not get into regular public high school.
Thank you. Before we move on to the next questions, can you tell us about one of the your academic challenges during your high school?
So when I came to United States, I don't really English is hard for me, and it is hard for me to understand. Seems like I understand it when they speak, but actually it's not that easy, and I am confused. And especially reading, that is the most challenging thing. But there's, like I said, there's a teacher who help us and correct us everything that we write and we read, and they are helping us, and that's how I overcome my challenge. So basically there's a teacher who are helping us, that's make our life more easier.
Yep, I think your English is really good. You
Oh,
speak
thank you.
like native speaker, no
No,
accent
no,
at all.
I'm still learning. Thank you.
so, so how did you learn your English? You said your teacher and your friend helped you, but in particular, in what way? How did they help you? Or did you study by yourself? How did you improve your English?
So for my speaking, most of the time I watch American TV show. That's my favorite. So especially it's like old TV show, because the old TV show, they talk a very simple sentence, words that we can understand. That's how I improve my English. But in school, when we have to write something or when we have to do assignment, um, they let us try first how we can do it by ourselves, and after that, if we cannot do it anymore by ourselves, especially in writing, because we don't have like um, critical thinking, because critical thinking require a lot in every subject. So when I don't have any more like critical thinking, or I cannot continue my assignment, then the teacher came in and they told us how to finish it. And after that, they will check our work. And if there is something that we need to redo it, then we redo it again and they correct our mistake. So that's how, I think that's how I improved. Yeah.
Thank you. I think you studied really hard.
um, not really, but it's just regular. I am just an average student, so not like a very intelligent, but I'm just an average student.
Yeah, but you work extra miles.
Thank you, thank you.
So, Lydia, now please tell us about your college experience, like your undergrad experience. Okay, what
Okay.
university did you go to, and how did you apply it? And did you take SAT or ACT before you apply your college?
Mhm. So online high school, if you have time, you can take that SAT, not the other one. But I'm not really familiar with that term, but I think it's called SAT because I tried to take that test, and I passed math, and reading I almost passed it, but I haven't have a time anymore. That is why I don't know how they work it. That's how the school system works, so I don't really know it, but I passed it, and with the standard high school diploma. And then after that, I could go to the I applied for the university. My school, it's called Grand Canyon University. It's in Phoenix, Arizona. And then there's when we apply for that college, we need to take the test. I don't know what they call it, the test, but I have to take that reading and writing and also math again, that test. And after I passed it, and from there I continue my the the school, yeah, the college degree, yes.
How much time it took for me to prepare your SAT?
Actually, I don't, to be honest, I don't really prepare it for that. But as soon as I got it, so back in high school, I think I only have 2 years, and that during that 2 year, I think only I have three times. Yeah, three times that I took, and then yeah, that's how I did it, my test.
Okay. You must be very intelligent.
Not really.
So during your undergrad, what was the most academic challenges that you went through?
Okay, so college and high school is total different environment, because in high school there's a teacher who always helping us, and then most students are Burmese, from Burma, and immigrant. So in high school, I think that is a very com- comfortable myself and with the classmate. But in university, it's totally different. There's a lot of people who is younger than me, and um, from many different places. And I feel like I understand every English, but when I took my first class, I realized that I don't understand at all. And I feel like sometimes I just sit in the school in the class, and I hear that they are talking in English, but I don't understand it. And sometimes I feel like, am I dreaming? Where am I? I feel something like that. And during lecture time, it is hard for me, but I just try to focus what my professor they are talking about, and I trying to prepare myself and read before the class, and uh, yeah, and then I try to understand what the lecture is going to be today. That's how that is the biggest challenge that I have during my first and second years of college.
You know, when I was in college,
Uh-huh.
academic writing was my biggest challenge.
Yes.
And did you had the same challenge, or how did you overcome your academic writing? Because I know most of the international students face academic writing.
Mhm. Yes, yes, exactly. Writing is the most hardest things for me during my college years. Um, but in university we have this learning center, and then they help. There's a lot of people who are helping us in our writing, and checking our grammar and how to improve, and give us feedback. And then most of the time I just went to my professor and talk about it, and then he gave me how to write it, the um, advice. And then if I have a hard time, they will help me out. That's how I I learn.
So what was your major in college?
In college, my undergraduate is accounting.
Accounting.
Yes.
Cool. And apart from your language barrier,
Mhm.
did you have any other academic challenges while in college?
Yes, because I am not comfortable to talk in class. So to earn my participation point, I must be participate and talk. And sometime raise your hand and ask something, some question, I couldn't do it. It is hard for me. And but a lot of professor there understand me because there's a lot of other second language learner. So most of the time they trying to skip me and even if they ask me if I don't feel comfortable, then I told them that no, I can't do it. So they're totally understand it. And sometimes they just give me another like a writing or reading um, portion so that I will be able to earn my participation point.
If you are if you are majoring on accounting, you must be good at math.
Not really. At that time, I don't really know what I really want to
Okay.
majoring. And then, like I said, I have a trouble writing and reading, and especially I don't have critical thinking. So I could not, even if I want to, I could not. My critical thinking level was too low. So I I thought about it, and maybe accounting would be good for me. And since accounting is only, I feel at that time I feel like since accounting is only gonna be math, so maybe I find actually
Yeah.
it's okay.
So you like calculating? You like
Yes.
tintia? In Burmese, we call tintia again.
Yeah, Tincha.
So,
Yeah, it's better than writing for me at that
right,
time. So yeah, I like calculating.
cool. So, Lydia, when I was in college,
Mhm.
many of my American friends thinks that all Asian students are good at math.
Mhm.
Do you agree that most of Asian students are good at math?
Mm, in a way, yes, because when you compare with some American students, some American students really are smart and they're really good at math. When we say that, especially when we were back in Burma, because we always we everything that we have to memorize, especially multiplication, right? So it's come to multiplication. We know other than people other than who live in United States, the student, because in United States they use calculator and you don't really need to know all the multiplication, but back in Burma you must know 2 times 2, 12 times 12. I remember that when I was in fourth grade I have to memorize 16, 16 multiplication. It was so hard for me. So yeah,
Yeah.
if we are comparing with the student here, yes, I think we are
Yeah.
better than them.
I think American students are very smart, but
Mhm.
Asian students are also smart in different way, right?
Yes, yes, because we
That's
all have
called
our unique.
multiple
So yes.
intelligence. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lydia, before we move on to the next questions, I would like to give this time to our dear students from Myanmar. If
Hmm.
they have question about your high school experience and also college experience, especially about the online high school, they might
Okay.
have questions for
Yes.
you. Thank
Sure.
you. Now, students from Burma, it's your time. You want to go first, Tangi? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. First of all, nice to meet you, Lydia.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, my question is, did you go to community college first or did you go to university directly?
I did go to university directly because community it's good too, but when you are sure what you really want to be, you better go to uh, university straight, because college it's there's a little bit trend what they call transferring period, right? And then in university you are going to go 4 years straight because you're sure that what you want to take, what you want to be, and what you are going to majoring. So that's how I did it.
And also, do you think that after we get associate degree in community college,
Mhm.
is it hard to transfer to a good university? Do
uh,
you think it will be harder?
no, not really, because I have one of my friend who's transferred from community college. So in university, the credit my high, especially my school, because one class it's 4 credit. Usually other school they took only 3 credit, right? So for one class, and in community college it's only like for one class it's sometimes it's 3 credit, and sometimes it may be like two and a half credit. So it is really depending on what classes you take. So when you transfer to university, they will look to your transcription, and then they will see that which classes are they are taking, and then they will let you know that which classes you need to take it again. So I don't think it's really hard for us to transfer from community college to community to university. Yeah.
I got it. Thank you.
Hmm.
And I have a question. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Um, it's like in our country, yeah, we don't have college. After we pass the high school, we
Hmm.
directly go to the university.
Hmm.
So in US, what is the difference between college and university?
Okay. So college and university. University is 4 years straight, right? So when you go to the university, if you don't want to waste your time, make sure that you know what you really want. For example, what you want to become a doctor or an engineer or other major business. If you're sure, then just go straight. It is more easier for you to graduate and less time. You will save your time a lot. And 4 years straight, right? Sometime it is really depending on what your major. It will take it a little bit more time or less time in college. So most people who are not sure what they want to be or what they want to major in, so they go to college first, and then they take their time, because in college the first 2 year they are taking classes that we call it like elective class or minor classes, that you have to have the credit according to the requirements. So they will take it all those classes first, and then for the first year or second one, when they're sure for the second year, they will major in it, and they will got it the associate, that called they call associate, and after that they will continue their major classes. So some people they are only work for the community college because it's less expensive, but when you go to the university, it will cost you more.
And so it's like in college, it helps us to know what we want to be like there.
Yes, you will have more time to think and decide what you want to be.
I see.
Yeah, because you don't want to waste and money in a university. That's how I feel, and yeah, most of people do it like that when they are not sure what they really want to be. So in college, you can take community college. You can take time what you really want to be, and you can take every classes that you want. For example, like drawing class or like accounting class or what you really want to be majoring. And you can take all those class, and when you're sure what you want to be major, then you can go straight from there.
Thank you.
But that is depend on the state, I think, because in United States every state have their own education system. So um, what is work for Arizona that may not be work for the other states. So that's heads up.
Junboy, any
Lydia, what?
questions?
No.
Okay. Now, Samalai, since you are also majoring on accounting and you are about to take your CPA, do you have any questions for Shama Lydia, since you guys are taking the same courses or majoring the same course in university? You
Oh,
don't need to show us your face if you don't want to lie. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I will not be able to show my face because I have my daughter with me and she's sleeping. So I'm sorry about that. Um, first of all, nice to meet you, Lydia, and thank you for sharing your journey. And I know that accounting course require lots of work, and it is. I can see that you are a hard-working woman, so I applaud you for that. So it's just a light question, like, what do you, in your accounting course, what accounting course or what accounting class really break you, or like, and if there's anything like that, if there's a course that break you, if you have that kind of experience, can you share? And if you don't, that's totally fine too. Can you share us like the ups and downs of your academic life when it comes to accounting courses?
So thank you for the question. And by the way, so accounting class seems like easy, but actually it's really hard because I don't have anyone to help me with that. And there is a time that I cry a lot because I couldn't get it the answer. Actually, it's very easy for other people. That might easy for other people, but for me, I don't have anyone to help me. So I cry a lot, but on the other hand, we are living in 2022, and in internet, there's a lot of things that we can Google if we don't know or if we don't understand it. So most of the time, Google is my best friend, and then I will try to understand from there um, the title, the topic that I don't understand. So Google is my best friend.
Thank you so much. So are you done with your master, or, and if so, like, when are you planning to take your CPA exam, and are you preparing for your CPA exam right now?
Um, so right, I still have two more classes to graduate it from my master degree
Uh-huh.
program. And after that, I am thinking about getting more work experience first, and from there, I will prepare for my CPA exam because I could try to take my CPA exam right after that. But if you don't have any experience, what's the point, right? You just have your degree, and if you don't have experience and you don't know how to work all those stuff, it's not going to work. For this is just my opinion and my thoughts.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I just try to work for the I try to find a job, or actually right now I apply some job that I like, and trying to gain experience first, and from there, yeah, I will have my prepare my CPA exam.
Okay, that's great. So are you applying for a public company or private?
Um, so let's just say that CPA firm. That is my focusing firm
uh,
right now. Yeah, industry right now.
okay, okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So Sama Lai and Sama Lydia, I wish you finish your CPA as soon as possible, because Burmese people in America need you, especially in this time of filing taxes. So we need more CPA. Okay. And Lydia, I have a question about your college. So you went to university directly instead of going first to community college. I know that the university is way expensive than college. That's one of the reasons that I encourage my students to go to college first. So how did you overcome your financial challenges since you directly went to university? Did you get full scholarship or did you work part time?
Mhm. So as soon as I finished my high school, actually I took a break and I didn't prepare for college at all because I'm not sure what I really want to be at that time. So I just went back to Florida and spent my time with my family. And then fall's coming, and I realized that I really need to go back to school. And one of my teacher from high school, I contact her, and then because uh, she is helping a lot of other students to get into the co- university or college where we want to be. And I talked her, and then she asked me what I really want to be, and I'm at that time I already sure what I want to be. And then she helping me applying scholarship from our school because I at that time they don't really there's no open position for the scholarship to apply for me. It's already late. It's out of season already. So I just apply my college university GCU scholarship, and then she helped me to apply FASPA, we call it. So it is a um, government student loan, and I was able to qualify for that, and that's how I got into the financial. Yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Now let me move on to the next questions. My next question is about American culture. When you first came to America, did you have any kind of culture shock, especially in the school?
Hmm. So when we talk about culture shock, I already had when I was very young. When we moved from Chin State to another state, right? In among Burmese, and that is my first time that shocking culture because it's totally different. I don't speak Burmese at all, and I had a hard time in school and learning Burmese, and that is my first time. But after that, when we went to Malaysia as a refugee, that is the second time that challenged my life again because Malaysia, everything is different, but still it's Asian culture, right? So there might be a little similarity, but in United States, the most culture shock that I had is I think it's just language barrier. I think that is the most hardest thing that for me. And as the culture, um, I I don't have that like a very shocking moment. Yeah.
Did you have you ever experienced some kind of bullying because of your ethnic background or your cultural background in back in
Um.
school?
Um. In college, I don't. Oh no. In high school, I don't have it, but in college, in college, it is very hard for us to make a friends. So every student in college, they are just working their own work, and we don't have time to talk each other. uh, Everybody just working on what they have to, so we don't have time to make a friends. But sometimes if there's like a group assignment that we have to do, then we will talk about it. That's all that we do. But we already adult. We are not like high school students. So bullying is not really a thing in college. But for those who live in dorm, they might be having some problem. But in class and just taking a class, it doesn't really. Um, yeah, I don't have any experience.
I think you are very blessed and fortunate to be a bilingual and also a bicultural compared to the first generations. So please tell me one of the biggest challenges being a bilingual or a bicultural in the USA?
The biggest challenges.
Yeah, because of you're bilinguals,
Uh-huh. Uh, uh,
biculturals.
yes.
I'm
Uh,
asking you because most of the 1.5 and the second generations,
mhm.
they they are getting stuck between two cultures: the home culture, the parents' culture, and
Mhm.
American cultures. So they are Burmese at home and they are American at school.
So I live with my grandmother. She's very understandable, and then I don't think um I don't think we really have some misunderstanding, because she's very understanding. And when I was in school, there's nothing else I could do, because I also work as a part-time. So Monday through Friday I will be at school and studying, and most of the time I spend in library. And then I will get at home, and then we will have dinner, and after that it's a time for me to study it again, and sometimes I will be take a rest and watching movie or listening music. That's all. And Saturday and Sunday I will be at work, so I don't really have a time to doing something that misunderstanding for my parents. And oh, I don't I don't know. I don't really have it that kind of
Yeah.
experience.
Are you, uh, correct me if I'm wrong, are
Mhm.
you saying that one of the disadvantage or the biggest challenge, uh, being a second generation Burmese American, is misunderstanding between the parents and the children?
I think that is right, because for me as adult, I mean I was over 18, and I'm adult. And then I don't know, I don't really have any kind of that experience, so it is hard for me to tell you exactly
Yeah.
what I had. So yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the advantage.
Hmm.
Please tell us one of the advantage of bilinguals or bicultural, in your academic journey.
So before that, I feel not confidence myself, and I
Mm.
always thought that among all those students I would be like, you know the lowest grade that I got, and I will be worried about that stuff. But one of my professor, he is really good. um, One time I talked with him, and then he encouraged me that, Lydia, you don't have to worry about your language, because you speak two language. That's mean that is advantage already, because other people, especially in United States, they only talk one language, and you came from uh, another country. That means you have experience that no one else have. So you always a unique person, and that is your strength, and use it. And that's how he encouraged me. So that's really taught me, and it built my confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salma, Lydia, that's a huge encouragement for our dear students from Burma,
Mhm.
because they are also afraid,
Mhm.
and worry about their English skill.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I remember that in business class, I think business law class, the professor was a little hard on student, and you must participate. And then he called by name, so I cannot avoid it, right? So that time I just went and talked to him that I couldn't do it, because English is my second language, and I don't have that kind of confidence to talk
Yep.
among students. And he totally understand it. And one he always told me that if you have any question, come to me. And so one time that we have to do the presentation in class, and then he was worried about me, so he came to me and then he told me that meet me after the class, and then I went to him, and then he helped me everything that I have to do in class, and then he just gave me all the tips and asked me to prepare all those things. And after that, the next week when we present, I don't have a hard time. And after class, he even came to me and congratulate me because I was able to stand up in front of student and do my presentation. So that is for me it's a big accomplishment, and for him, yes, it was a very